So I ended the other stream really quick because I just want to make a quick statement, like the president or something. Yeah, like that. Like any president would, a statement to the people. That's all. So I did that live stream. It's over with. Now this one. And I don't really care, because I wasn't going anywhere. So I said, continue streaming. Just keep that as a separate stream. That's it. Separate stream. That's it. And I did. This hat is just not keeping its look anymore. It's just so feeble looking. It's like got stretch marks, like a girl that you don't want to go out with and stuff like that. But you know what? Hey, I've had girls that had stretch marks that I didn't have a care about it. Okay. I just let it go. I just said, fuck it. Don't judge on them like just because they fucking took their clothes off, right? Because a woman, you don't want to do that to her. You don't want to diss a woman like that. I will say that about women. I will say that. Don't diss the woman after you hook up with her and then she pulls her shit off, got stretch marks. Just go with it. Fuck that shit anyway. Fuck that shit anyway, Just fuck it anyway. Don't be rude and say, okay, I passed because you got stretch marks. That's fucking uncool. I will say that much. That's uncool. I had a chubby chick once, and she had some stretch marks. They were not real bad, but she did have a little weight, and she didn't even have a great looking fucking body. I didn't fucking care. She didn't have much of a body, is all. It was all right though. But the problem with that particular girl, her name was Paula, and Paula was, she had she was abused sexually as a child, so she was totally different. The girl was hard. I couldn't really fathom all the shit she was telling me. She was just going off about her life, and I was like, holy God, Paula, really? This all happened? And she's like, yeah. I was like, well, it's not that unusual. I expected to eventually run into a girlfriend like that. But yeah, she went off and told me everything. Gosh, it was horrible. And then the guy, he was a clown. He played a fucking clown. I swear to fucking God. He played a clown, and he went to various, what do you call it? The circus type, the fucking, the cronies that join the circus. What do they call it? Whatever. Anyway, so that's what he did to survive after that, because he was a wanted person more or less in a lot of ways. But yeah, he did that, and then I think the mother fucking knew it. The more info she gave me, I was like, oh, your mom must have knew that. I was like, this guy is fucking on you all the time, and how is she gonna not know that shit? So I was like, always trying to ask her questions about that, but you could see the trauma from it, and so you just left it where she wanted to leave it. But she was pretty cool, but she was a little bit bubbly, and she was too interested in dick all the time. So she was like always looking for dick, and I was like, okay, I'm moving on. Bye, Paula. Yeah, she was always looking for dick, like 24/7. I guess she was a nympho, or whatever you want to call it, but she was cool. Other than that, she was cool. She was cool. So yeah, not that you need to hear my relationship stories, but other people do it, and why not me? Why not? I'll fucking talk about a few of the chicks I had. Let's see, who's another one? I do have to think. There's been a few, but not many. I'm modest. I haven't fucked more than 14 girls in my life, so I'm good. I'm just a normal fucking person. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, I don't want to go there with that one. I was kind of like underage. I was underage and she was underage. I really don't want to talk about that. Yeah. No, she was just wanting to get fucked like the other girl, Paula, but I was young and I didn't even know how to fuck. But I eventually did fuck her, but that's it. She was, I was the same age as her, so it was all good. But crazy, because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to fuck. More or less, I knew how to jack off, but that was it. I didn't know how to fuck. That was like before I ever learned how to fuck. I mean, there was a time when I definitely didn't know how to fuck chicks. That simple. And I mean, I'll be I'll be honest. I hardly had any women. Maybe 13, 14 women at tops. That's it. So I mean, that's good. I think that's a good record. It makes me not look like a misogynist or just a sexual pig or something or monkey. I call them monkeys when they have to have sex 24/7, but that's my problem. I'll deal with that. But in the meantime, yeah, I do kind of think when people are fucking 24/7, they gotta be bored to just fucking have sex all the time. They have to fucking be bored. Their life must be extremely boring to fuck all the fucking time. And whenever I did that, I always felt like such a sweat box. I was done and I'm like, God damn, all this for what? I mean, her asshole was a little dirty today too. Kind of things like that. It's like, hey man, she stunk a little like shit today. Maybe she farted. You're just deliberating over whether it was a good fuck or not. But yeah, only about 13, 14 fucks. I can't even remember all of them, to be honest. I've had ugly chicks, I've had good looking chicks, I've had one fat chick. And that's it. That's it. I really don't even want to talk. It's boring shit. Who wants to talk about their sex shit? It's fucking ignorant. I mean, I guess I could, but it'd be boring. It'd be fucking hella boring. Like I am sometimes boring. I'm boring right now. Probably there's only one in. So, but in the meantime, yeah, it is like grungy work. One time on purpose, I told her, hey, Paula, anyway, that is Paula, let's go up in my 180-degree attic and try this. Yeah, I was trying to get rid of her. And so we went up there and we did it. And when we were done, we lost 10 pounds each. I swear to God. But it was almost intolerable. The oxygen was literally getting burned out of the fucking attic, but by the heat. I'm not kidding. I mean, it was like, I mean, it felt like you couldn't breathe and shit. There was hardly any oxygen up there. But you know what? We did it in the dirty laundry hamper too once. And when I say dirty, I mean everybody's clothes in my family were there in a big giant pile at the bottom from the fucking clothes chute, and they were all sickeningly dirty in many cases. Who knows how bad some of the people's hygiene in my family were, right? Because they were all fucking nuts. So anyway, we'd fuck there, and then unfortunately, some of the neighbors figured it out, started coming over and watching us because we had storm windows. Hey, you could see right in there. And like we had a conclusion about three neighbors, really nosy neighbors. I guess peeping Toms, girls actually, peeping girls and peeping Tom girls or whatever. Maybe there was a peeping Tom in there somewhere. But for the most part, half of them were probably laughing. The others were probably getting off on it. I mean, what can I say? Paul wasn't a prized woman as far as looks go, but definitely, somebody would have been either laughing or just going, "Ha, this is a riot." But and then another time, I fucking I had a phase where I didn't like all this fucking hair on me. Okay, I mean, guys get irritated by too much fucking hair sometimes, and I decided, now I'm gonna get rid of it, and I nared that shit off. I fucking used Nair like 10 times, and I didn't want to shave it like the women do, but I fucking nared it for like fucking 10 days, so it was all fucking gone. But that was it was embarrassing because those storm windows down there in the basement, I forgot all about that. It was just one of those brain farts. I was down there, I fucking did it, and I was like, oh my god, neighbors probably saw me do that. So it was like, oh, and I did it like 4 or 5 times to make sure all that shit, generally speaking, down there anyway. And I forgot all about the storm windows. I'm like, dude, anyone can see you from those storm windows or this storm windows. Why are you doing this here? I mean, it was the most absurd thing. And then I figure things out through life. That's brain damage for you. That's fucking brain damage. That's fucking shit from when I was born. I am not fucking pleading for any attention. I am not, what do you call it, victiming myself out. I'm just saying, it's fucking kind of hilarious. The things you will forget to do when you are fucking just trying to be normal or not normal in that case. I mean, that was fucking stupid to do that. Now I'm all used to my fucking, I don't care about my fucking leg hair and shit. It's all good. But when I was getting older, man, that shit was bothering. It's like, man, what is this shit all over my, Anyway, hey, what's up? Ghost and Cats, hey, how are you? I'm good, thank you. I'm afraid for you to even come in my chat now at this point. Is my eye fucking flipping out on me there? I mean, my eye is really dark. I gotta go check and see if something's wrong with me. Hold on. I'll be right back. Uh, ouch, my back. That's good. Oh, shoo. Yeah, I heard you're a dangerous person, goats and cats, according to yourself. Stalkers, yeah, but why would they even bother me? I mean, like, I'm just this random fucking pebble, basically. And you got a husband, too. My eye's fine, by the way. It just looks like that because of the lighting. Thank you. Oh, I guess that's a good compliment. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was about UFOs, but it's probably about mob activity, right? Am I way off? I'm just guessing. I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark trying to guess. Thank you. I don't know if you're referring to me, but thank you if you are. I can be ugly as sin on camera, though, man. I ain't fucking lying. I can be hella ugly on camera. Right now, I might even be hella ugly on camera to somebody. I mean, I'm there. I know I could be ugly to anyone. I did have a girl though say I look like one of those long-haired country, young country singers, rock country rather, and that was a compliment. She was an Oreo, but she was cute. Wow! Oh my god! And you got a husband? Yeah, man. No, thank you though. I appreciate that. You're a real big talker when you do start to chat. I can say that for sure. And I know that you're not the girl with the ponytail now. I remember you're not her. Uh huh. Well, hey, yeah. Man, Ghosts and Cats, you coming on strong here. Hey, the last girl was on her way to my place almost, but she kind of jumped out at the last moment because I'm not a big trans and gay liker. And she goes on some channel with all shit like that. Oh, really? I don't mind a lurker. You know, you might even help my friggin' channel. If that's the case, you help promote me. And if that's the case, I would actually think about paying you. You know, I would actually think about paying you. Yeah, but you know what? Life's short. I might not even exist, huh? You know, in a couple of years. I mean, I'm old. I'm 56. I'm trying to enjoy life at the last moment like a youngster because I don't want to fucking die. So I'm trying to act young. But yeah, I'm just trying to act young. You know, it doesn't mean it's working that great. I mean, I'm in a lot of pain. What did I lose? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember losing anything, but yeah, I do it all the time. Hey, look, you would notice me forgetting shit and misplacing shit. I've been doing it though since I was yay high. So yeah. Hey, you know you do it too, right? So everyone does it. Oh, and you laughed? Okay. Okay, yeah, well, it's better than calling him a troll. I mean, it's got a little more oomph, you know. And then another guy came in. He's really loyal. What's his name? But anyway, what's his name? Jesus Christ, I forget his name. Anyway, he basically, Jesus Christ, I can't even think. You're funny. Now you're making me laugh, and you got a very strong. You know, it's hard, impossible not to listen to you when you are talking. I mean, for a woman, you got like a super like dedicated sound to your voice. I ain't kidding you, man. You could probably sell stuff like a salesman really fucking good. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, well, you know, it goes back and forth. If somebody decides they want to start up on that shit, I'm gonna have to fuck with it. But you're very, it's like you're addictive to watch, but basically you're dangerous to watch, is what you're saying. My dog likes to sleep with me. It's kind of backward. But anyway, yeah, he does. He's laying right here. Yeah, he sleeps. I let him sleep wherever I do because, and you know what? He doesn't always do it. So, I mean, sometimes he gets up and goes somewhere else to sleep. I mean, once in a while he does. But I've always slept with my pets because the pets, you know, warmth, if you don't have to use the heater, that's why. You just kind of like let it lay up against you with their back and they heat you up like a fucking heat pad. I ain't fucking kidding. That's why I do that. And if I was out in the woods and I was, you know, doing some video for, let's say, bushcraft or something, yeah, I'd have my dog and I'd sleep right next to him, of course. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. If you have obligations, you know, you have to stay or anything. But I appreciate it. You make me feel a little better. I have somebody to talk to, and it's not a guy on top of it. So it's like, yeah, you know, because I really get tired of fucking talking to guys. I ain't kidding you. And if you're a lurker, that's okay because I've even said if you're a lurker and you're this, that, or the other, you know, some bad things. But I know, or I didn't say that, but you know, uh, it's a good thing though. I mean, it just means you're watching my stuff, and it's good. But I'm not always funny. So like right now, I'm not going to be that funny. I just don't have anything going on in my head. Who's twin? Oh, Puddle in the Mud. I'll look it up. Let's see. Lead singer to Puddle in the Mud.
The singer of Puddle of Mud is Wes Scantlin.
Okay, Wes Scantlin picks.
Wes Scantlin, here you go.
Oh, well, I don't know if I look like him, but yeah, he's more of like a blonde look. I don't know if I look, I guess I have somewhat blonde hair, but yeah, thank you. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean, I don't know. I'm awkward that way. If somebody tells me I look like somebody, I'm real awkward. I could have hooked up with that woman that said that I looked like the country rock singer, and I could have hooked up with her, but she was like you either try right away or don't do it at all type of chick. And she just kept walking after she said, "Oh, you look so much like this guy," and she grabbed me. I was gonna, you know, it would have been one of my second black dates if I would have done that. Oh man, half black or whatever. She was pretty white actually. She was an Oreo. She was pretty good. Okay. Okay. Well, there's another one, but I don't know if I could figure it out. I have no idea who the country rock singers are. You know, but there is some dude that I know does kind of have a bandana that, and that's who she was referring to. The guy that wears the bandana, the country rock person. Ah. Oh, is it? Okay. Let's tell me if it's staying blurry. It's probably because there's not a whole hell of a light in here. That's why. If it's really blurry, though, tell me. Like if it's like you can't focus type of blurry. I don't know if I look like that guy, but thank you. I take compliments. I'm just awkward at it. Oh, okay. And the song, okay. Okay. The song. Which song again? Ow. Puddle in the Mud. Is that the song, Puddle in the Mud? Song, Puddle in the Mud. Oh, no. Um, the song is called Blurry Puddle of Mud. Okay, that is it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't feel like I look like him. But girls always do that. They always come up with that stuff. They always say, stuff like that. And then of course the guy, if he's good at taking the compliment, it ends and they move on to another subject. But I'm awkward at it. All right. Well, hey, I don't know. Is he rock and roll? Because I'm not a big fan of just straight rock and roll or whatever it is. But I hope you don't get me all in trouble just coming to my stream on top of that and make it sound like you got a dangerous stream to go on. And you got a husband. Hey, oh, no problem. I'll tell you what happened. The channel, I thought I explained it. Maybe you weren't watching at the time, but yeah, it was just a lot of subscribers that didn't do shit. They were just kind of dead subscribers. They didn't even watch me. So I was like, fuck, this is not good. I don't want a bunch of subscribers early on that don't watch me. God, this hat, let me take this fucker off. I'm sorry about that. Now my hair's gonna look like shit. Okay, come on. Is that, oh, Jesus, I gotta brush it. All right, hold on. See, I look ugly. I look ugly right now, so. Oh, the back is killing me. All right, that's better. Jesus Christ. Oh, but that hat is starting to look goofy on me, so I don't like that fucking hat, so. So anyway, besides looking like people, what do you look like? I'm waiting. I do want to know what you look like. And of course, I've been through the ringer. I've been through the ringer, so I'm not that pretty. My face has got scars and shit. Yeah, yeah, you. Because the last one that I got off met on YouTube, she has her own channel. I got a bunch of nude pics from her. Yeah, I have been through the ringer. Wow, man, you are something. I'm just gonna say you're something else. You're something else. I've never had a chick talk to me like this before. It's a good thing though. Oh man, I don't know. I used to jump off. I'm a damaged motherfucker that way. I've been in accidents. Wow. Well, I mean, you got a husband though, man. Last time I did something like that, I got fucking his ring finger, and he dropped a gun in the pool. Yeah, I try to be, but also a lot of people would just say he's full of shit. Whatever he says, he's full of shit. Other people are going to have that opinion on me. But I appreciate it. You are very complimentary. You know what? You sound like you might even, have you speak to Robert Mirabilio? Some of them probably do. Just kind of because of the way I say shit. Like I say, I'm a warlock and shit like that. So, it's easy to gain, some people would just say, oh, he's full of shit. But that topic I really don't need to go into. Yeah, I know. Well, he's got a channel that's bigger, or well, he's got like 200, almost 300 subs. He's kind of got a weird, I guess, comic skit thing he does. I don't know if it's. What do you mean we were together? What do you mean by that? He was on chat, yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah, the troll. You're referring to the troll? Yeah, that troll has always been combative because I told him I said, hey man, you're free to check out my music, but I'm really not attracted to yours. I've checked out a few of your videos, and I just told him straight up, no, Never. And I didn't see anything like that. No. Wait a minute. Hold on. Who wasn't I nice to? He was on my chat? I don't even know who you're talking about at this point. I wish you remember names at the least, because then I know who you're talking about. The other day I was talking to Fitness Frank. That's it. Fitness Frank the other day, or maybe this morning, but I forget. Anyway, yeah, Fitness Frank came to my channel, and he's got like, I don't really know who he is, and I really don't care. At this point, I sub. I think he may have subbed me too. So no, I have some friends that are guys. Okay. Well, yeah, we were. You mean me and Rob Mirabilio? Rob Mirabilio. He's my friend. Yeah. Yes, he's my friend. Yeah, he's my friend. We've had a few arguments in the past, but I mean, it almost came to blows. But we're friends. He's older than me by about 3 or 4 years. He grew up with. He grew up with actors and shit. You know, he's got a whole different life, Malibu type shit. He's babysitting. I think he's Lloyd Bridges, or either Lloyd's or Bo Bridges' son. Yeah, he's a friend of mine. He's cool. I mean, we argue from time to time, but that's it. Once in a while, he wants not anymore. We're like buddies again. We're cool. He look, the other day he was talking about how he if he did kill somebody, they deserved it. And I said to him, well, if you believe in God like you are trying to preach to me right now, that would mean that technically you're an atheist to do that, unless it was for self-defense. But yeah, and so I already know for a fact it wasn't for self-defense if he did do it. You know, but yeah, he will do that. No. He's a classical trained musician. I'm not. He's just a classical trained musician. He's a roofer friend of mine. He's a roofer friend. And we used to do the Valley and up here, the Thousand Oaks and up and down the Valley, even Oxnard, I think we did a house once. Anyway, it's kind of boring. Yeah, that's who he is. He grew up with a bunch of rich people. Yeah. What's the question? I'm addicted to just being on video, I guess. I don't know. And of course, you know, I have my slant into my opinion. Hopefully it's worth something to somebody, and that's about it. Well, disclosure about hidden technologies, hidden other beings that live outside of the planet, stuff like that. You know, I'm really passionate about it. No, I'm just passionate about it. Look, I've been through many UFO sightings, just sightings, and a couple that were possibly involved with an abduction. I don't know. And look, when the video's done, people watch. As a matter of fact, if you look at my recent video live stream, it got over 40 views already. It was just a live stream. Nobody came in, I thought, but when I was done, it said there was a shitload of views. So, but anyway, so look, I believe there's humans that are designed for space. They're in our space force. Humans that are designed for space. That's about it, you know. And so they're separate from us. They grow up there. We grow up down here. Not really. Not trying to like. It doesn't matter. It still feels like I'm getting some disclosure because I feel like I've been downloaded, and it doesn't matter if somebody cares or not. It doesn't matter if somebody cares or not because I'm passionate about the belief. And plus, look, do you really want me to tell you? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and make your call. All right, I will. Oh, What was that? Check it out, Bo. Check it out. Check it out, buddy. She's coming back. Whoever just popped in, she's coming back. She's very interesting to talk with. Very interesting to talk with. Hey, Bubba. Oh my God. Please give me a like. Thank you. There's only one in. There were three, but they keep jumping in and out. They don't want to be responsible for giving me credits where credits are due because I'm an interesting motherfucker. But yeah, she'll be back. Okay. You are the boy. All right, buddy. I don't want to lick face right now. Thank you, though. Maybe the side. I don't know. Put some and give me some moisture in my hair. I need moisture in my hair. Give me some moisture in my hair, Five. Come on. Come on. I need moisture up there. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. I just need a little moisture on that fucking colic. Jesus Christ. Hold on, buddy. I'm just getting this colic to go away. All right. Is it done yet? All right. No, it's not. Oh my God. This fucking colic. The fucking evil colic. All right, I'm done. I'm done. All right. All right, Five. Stop. Ow. Fucking back is killing me and I'm still doing a stream. Maybe last time my back was hurt. So at Five, I'm not making out with you, dude. That's sick. Get out of here. Come on. Lay down or some shit. You got a good bed there. Just lay down. What are you looking at me for? Do you want attention? I'll give you attention, man. All right. All right, enough. Enough. Stop. Don't do that. Chill. Sit down. Five, sit down. Come on, sit. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, okay. Hey. Hey, you're back. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you, buddy. I'm dealing with some pain right now, so excuse my grimacing. I apologize. It's crazy. Being me, it's crazy. And then I want to go skateboarding on top of it. Shit. Hey, what was your question though? Because you got me going there. That was like a cliffhanger. You said I got a question. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just in a lot of pain. It's something I deal with every day. I mean, I've been in pain since I was 15. It's it got worse as I got older. But I try to go the opposite direction and do things that the young people would do. I know. Hey, what was your question though? You did say that. You said I have a question, then you said I got to make a call. I want to know what the question was. It's like a cliffhanger type of deal. It's got me all wondering what the news would be if it was a cliffhanger on the news. Oh my God. Whoa. You're too funny. No, I'm not going to do that, but I mean, I could do that technically. I've done it before, but it was just my face. I can't do that shit on live stream, but thanks for the thought. I don't know if I would want a bunch of guys looking at me, Ow. Just because that would be fucking feel awkward. But I guess it could be open. I know you are. Hey, thanks for talking to me, though. I really appreciate it. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of out of stuff to talk about, and you're just keeping it rolling, man. It's awesome. Hey, when I do videos, I'll go off the wall sometimes. You know that. I'll fucking go off the wall. I don't always sound like a nice guy. Yeah. I got the yin yang thing going. The balance is there. Did you ever see my No Pauses Clark video? That's me. I might as well ask you because I don't even know. I told you about it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And you're welcome. Like, I sometimes feel like I'm being too nice to you because you seem like you got kind of like some bravado. You know what I mean? Like, I could be sarcastic, a little more tongue in cheek with you because you seem like you're that way too. But yeah, no, I was just curious. I mean, you got a husband. I ain't going nowhere with this. For God's sakes, I don't even have a pic yet. Anyway, and last girl I did this, another girl I did this on YouTube with, and it was a close call. I almost went and fucked her, but you know what? She had a mental disposition, so it was hard for me to get to that point with her. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Brenda. Yeah. I shouldn't have mentioned her name. I don't know, man. I don't have nothing against her. She's just very. Sometimes she can be, a little bit irritating, and she likes to irritate a little bit. She does like me, but she's also distant because she's got a boyfriend as well, and she's all the way in Pennsylvania. But yeah, she's friendly enough, but I mean, she can be kind of quirky and patronize me, and I mean, it's like I can deal with so much of that from a chick. It's no issue, but I mean, if it was a guy, I'd fuck it. Better be sarcasm. But that's all I got to say about that. I mean, she does fuck with me a little bit. My hair is just getting so fucking thin. God damn. Jesus Christ. But anyway. Oh, thank you. Well, my hair feels horrible. I mean, I feel like a girl complaining about my fucking hair, but you know what I mean? I mean, it is true. Guys are self-conscious about it. Thank you, though. I mean, thank you. Gosh, man. I don't know. I can look hella ugly. I was just down showing, I was going to show somebody my new skateboard, and I was like, God damn, my hair's so sweaty and gross. If I walk up to them, they're just going to look at me like, what the fuck? Do I have to talk to you? I'm very conscientious. Hey, what's up, Ramirez? Cheers. I don't know who you are, so you're welcome, though. Come on in and say something if you want to. I mean, I'm just here fucking off. I'm really not doing much. I'm going to smoke some weed, though. And my hair needs to be brushed again because it's so fucked up. God damn. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, well, with short hair, I look like Superman, they used to tell me. They used to tell me. And if I'm speaking with a lisp tonight, it's because I'm a little overwhelmed to talk to you. So I'm talking over my words a little, and it's causing a lisp. So I apologize. Yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, I remember you. You're the one who just pops in and says a few words. All right. All right. Cheers. Later. I'm not going to call him a troll until later when he pops back in. All right. You can go. You can go, man. You don't have to come in and say a couple words like that. It's hilarious. But it's a good thing. Yeah, he's a cool troll. He hasn't said nothing wrong at all. I think he's underage though. Unfortunately that happens. You get these people that are YouTubers. They can barely speak and they're not fucking adult. So I always try to figure that out so I can just I really don't want them coming on my stream. Yeah, I don't want them coming on. Not that I'm saying anything right now, but I just, eventually I'm gonna, and then when I do the skateboard stuff with the kids, I'm scared of that. I mean, because it's like, eventually some people are gonna see that video and they're gonna come to my channel and they're gonna be not the right age. It's like, no, I don't want that. So he's probably just like, a little kid, like 9. I mean, they come into people's chat all the fucking time. Yeah. It's not necessarily everyone, but they do it. And then they become trolls because they're bored with what they do say. So then they eventually learn how to be a troll. It's really crazy the way that dynamic works. But that's how it does work. They actually do that. Oh, and channel, and then, so he was like hitting on you. Did you send him any pics? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. You're seeing a young troll. Okay, I get it. Or are you? I don't know. Oh, yeah, grounded. Yeah, it means young. Yeah, exactly. It's like, bye. Well, it happens. I mean, and plus, what else they got to do? They're at home. They're trying to avoid, going outside and playing because of COVID, and they have nothing to do. And that's that. You know. But I welcome anybody to come in. I just have to figure out, hey, is this going to be something I can handle? If not, I don't. If he comes in and leaves that quick, I don't have a problem with that. And then I feel good about it. Like, okay, it'll just increase my views. So, I mean, it's kind of like if you're hunting for gold in a creek, you get some flakes. It's like, jonesing for flakes. That's what it's like. They're just trying to get attention. I don't. Are you talking about the troll that is a trans that came here? Because that guy, he's easy to deal with, but he can be a dick. I mean, if that's who you're talking about. These guys come from various scuzzball channels that I go to, just because I also breeze over scuzzball channels, and I do a lot of YouTube surfing. Know the one in mine? Who? Oh, in your chat. Okay, I don't know. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on a second. Oh my god. All right, I gotta put this light back up here. Don't knock it off. No. Oh, he came on your chat? That's what you're saying? I can't handle that shit. I can't handle that shit. Hey, I'm appreciating all your attention, like you don't believe, okay? If you ever go away, it'll disappoint me. But hold on. Give me about 3 minutes. Okay, I get it. I'll be back. Oh my God. Jesus, look at this. Ouch. Ouch. Sorry about that. I'm still kind of doing something, maybe another minute or two. I apologize. Just some tasks. Really, unfortunately, I had to pick this time to do it, and I apologize. Oh, shit. Who's that? You don't have to stay, though, if you got things to do, obviously. I just don't know what about this. I got it. I found it. I'm in the process of making a drink for myself, typically known as coffee. So I had to do it tonight. I haven't had anything. So. Hey, buddy. How are you? Hey, good guard dog action, Bob. Good guard dog action. Good guard dog action. Some of these clowns. Damn. Okay. Not that I'm that fascinated tonight, but I'm done making coffee. Oh, hey, I'm glad you stayed because you're actually a very fun person to talk to on my YouTube channel. It gives me a kind of a reason to be here. I appreciate it. More than you know, Tamara. I fluctuate about 15 pounds about every half year. Goes back and forth. But lately, I don't want to get fat, so I've probably been eating less. Sometimes the chat comes delayed, so I kind of forgot. Wow, man, you're really cool. I mean, I'm almost a little leery now. I didn't know you were going to be that cool. If I was right, like talking to you somewhere, it'd be totally cool. Well, yeah, on chat because you got a husband. And I don't really know. I mean, I'm nice to. I actually sometimes I say things that sound like I'm hitting on a girl that's not even good looking. I think I'm a good person for that. I do. It's not like a trick. It's just like, it's like, I want to show this person that she's good looking, and I'll just say whatever. Yeah. What is it? Oh, that is not a room. That's outdoors. It's right on my porch. It's on my porch. It's on my porch outside. I just decided to sleep out there a little bit. It's my upstairs porch. I have 3 porches. Technically, I have 4 porches. Man, you know what? I'm starting to wonder if you're hot too on top of it. Like, I love women, so I don't back up when a woman starts talking to me. I hope you're a real woman. Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. Of course you are, Tamara. I apologize. What I mean is, I hope there's nothing unusual here. I like being a part-time social person and a part-time, I guess, a social hermit. I guess that's what you call me. I'm a fucking social hermit. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone, but yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I am. A social hermit. I do socialize with people. I don't fucking say no to anyone. Eris? No, I'm afraid to tell you. Are you talking about what month I was born? Or what month were you born? Huh? You're an air sign. Okay, you thought I was an air sign. Okay. No, I'm a Gemini. I'm a Gemini, and I have like I don't know what you say, a drive to be militant. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I mean I enjoy the military life. I even like the grunt stuff in the military. I'm not because I was a grunt. Shit, what am I talking about? I was never not in the real military. I'm sorry, military school, but nonetheless, ROTC, the same training, learn how to shoot guns, take them apart, put them back together. Simple, fucking basic everyday thing. And we got strapped. You're allowed to get strapped if you fucked up in school. And I got strapped quite a few times. Bad at academics, good at the military stuff. The only thing I wasn't that great at was cleaning my room, doing my brass, super good, and shining my shoes, super good. Man, Man, I'm telling you, man, you are one hell of a chick. I mean, you know how to talk to a guy. God, I mean, gee whiz. I mean, I guess there's plenty of them out there. I just haven't met them. I also like another chick, and you know, she's what can I say? She's got that weird disposition of a. I will say it, okay? I will say it. She's Jewish, but I kind of like her anyway. Is that fair enough? Look, I don't hate Jews, okay? I don't hate Jews. I just don't like the kind of shit they run their shit, the way they run their shit. That's all I don't like. Okay, well, you know, air signs. I don't know. I'm not into the astronomy, but maybe there's something to it, like numerology or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it may have to do with the numerology. I mean, similar to numerology, but I don't understand it. Of course not. Of course not. No, I don't. Look, man, I don't hate anyone. I come off that way. I don't really hate anyone. I try to give advice. Sometimes it comes in a bad way. Yeah, man, I fuck up all the time though. You know, sometimes I'm talking and I figure, oh man, I shouldn't have treated that person like McHenry Cruiser. I shouldn't have said anything. I kind of went a little far on my sarcasm. Maybe he didn't like it. No, well, she doesn't even talk to me. It's one of those kind of things. But I won't pursue it as a result. But it's really nice to fucking have a woman talk like a woman to me like this. I haven't had it in a while. It's like a punch to the gut kind of response that I'm having here. Not a bad thing though. It's a wake up call, and it helps me. It helps me. Like I wake up tomorrow and I'll have a little more confidence and shit. You know, I have plenty of confidence. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me fucking wrong. Okay, I have shitloads of confidence, but once in a while it helps to have a little extra confidence, and that's what women are for. Uh, she's not. Look, she's not going to talk to me. I've already made up my mind about her, but I still try to say something once in a while to her. Sorry if I spit. I try to, and I try to be nice anyway. You know, I don't care. Look, some women don't like some of the things I say to them, and I still try to give them a love and a like if I watch their video, if they're on YouTube. I'm that kind of person in general. I will give people likes that don't even think I like them. I've done that before. I mean, did you meet her on here? Maybe. No, no, she's from Idaho. And look, I'll just be quite honest with you. Okay, I'm going to be really fucking honest with you. Okay, look, through life, I've been pretty rude to gay people. Okay, and I'm still not a fan of any of that shit. Okay, but I feel like it's necessary to show that I'm an adult to any person. So I act fucking nice to everybody, no matter what their shit is. But I just don't want to be all up in people's grill like that. Yeah, I know you are. That's why I was kind of upset. You told me how fucked up it could be to go on your channel. I was like, hey, and even now it's fucked up. Maybe even just for you to come in with that icon, you may be second channel to come in here just because of what you said. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm not trying to get up in somebody else's shit at the same time. But I like you because you're nice. But you know, that's as far as I don't know. Like, look. Oh yeah. Wow, man, you're deep. Man, you hit every button. You hit every button, and they're good ones. Kind of emotional now. I'm just gonna try to relax. I don't get women talking to me this much. Okay, yeah, exactly, groovy. But at the same time, can't you make a second channel just to come in? In case, you know, just in case they follow you here. Yeah, I know it is, but you know, if you say that about coming to your channel, it's going to be the same for you coming in my channel, and that's it. But you know, I'm not like trying to, you know, I'm not trying to save off all the evil out there. It's just that I'm not going to worry about it. I don't even know you, but I do like you. I do like you. Yeah. Man, oh God, man, you know what? Shit, I don't know what to say. I don't even know how to compliment you now. A little bit out there, but she's sweet. My connection was lost. Hold on, it's buffering. Man, Christy was the last one who did this to me out in Michigan. And she really fucking ran me kind of like you're doing, but in a less predictable way. Yeah, exactly. And I love to give people their space. Like if you decide you don't want to talk to me, I don't want to feel better if you leave me in chat or something. You know what I mean. I'm an adult. I'm an adult, man. I don't let that shit bother me. Yeah, I know. I mean, it sounds like it. You got like this extremely attractive, concentrated way of talking that blows me away. Actually, it's almost like you're wow. I don't know. Maybe super intelligent. I don't know. I'm starting to think you might have a super high IQ or something. Yeah, definitely. I look at it like this. Maybe my channel's a dating site. Fuck it. I mean, I'm a available date. Oh well, yeah, I could do that. I mean, I could try. I mean, yes, it is. It is very strange. But are you like? Are you just super smart or something? Because you come off like a goddamn CIA agent a little bit. Hey, might as well, right? But yeah, you come off a little bit like some of you had to have a lot of qualifications. Oh man, yeah, shit. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna push all those buttons because yeah, I want chicks to come in, but I don't want to have somebody just like, hey, here's a ticket to go see this guy or something because it feels awkward. But yeah, if you want to, I can go right ahead. I don't care. Sure, I'm single. Fuck it. Hmm? Oh man, you're gonna make me wanna. Yeah, you got a husband. I mean, you're very. Come on, man. I gotta be real with myself here for a split second. Because if he sees you talking to me like this, he might get irked and upset. If I thought my girl was doing this to somebody, I don't. I mean, it happens, but I'm not going to worry about it. But I'm just saying, you wouldn't want to upset your husband, would you? Oh, okay, cool. As long as he's good with it or whatever. I mean, oh my God, this is getting a little deep now. Yeah, you are a lurker, but you're a good one. Oh my God, you're tripping me a little, but I like you anyway, so it's all good. If your husband's listening, I don't know. That's weird. Is he listening or? Well, oh, man, you're tripping me out. Anyway, you're cool as fuck. I don't even know what else to say. Let's see if I can think of something. What's a fat man's favorite pillow? Brown one. A brown one. That's a fat man's favorite pillow. It's always brown. It's always a seating cushion. Okay, I don't know if that was funny or not. Did I bust on that one? Okay, cool. You really want me to? I mean, this might bore somebody that's looking right now. They'll probably head out of chat, but I will. I mean, I can go over it kind of briefly, I guess. Let's see if I can go over it kind of briefly and detailed. I'll just give you one. I'll pick one because I got so many. Two of them were possible abduction scenarios. I just don't remember the fucking thing, except going to the fucking UFO. So let's see which one. The one that's most interesting, maybe? Okay. I already knew I was awake. So I was like, what the fuck? How did I just wake up when I didn't even fall asleep? And then I started having these memories coming in, and they were there. probably 28 on this one. I was in Vegas and, I woke up and I said, wait a minute, how do I wake up from being awake? And I knew it wasn't a double dream. You know what I'm talking about? I knew it wasn't because I had just been awake, totally fully awake. And all of a sudden I get up and I've got cold sweat all over me. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then all of a sudden these memories started trickling in and me going outside to look for my cat, which was lost. And I remember I was looking for the cat. I definitely know for a fact I was looking for the fucking cat. Okay, but the whole memory's kind of wobbly. It's really weird how it's assembled. But anyway, I went looking for the cat, and when I went out in the parking lot, all the fucking parking cars were that are normally in this apartment complex were hardly around. I was like, what the fuck? Maybe it's because there was a late night shift and they were all down there. I don't know. But it was like a clear parking lot, except all these people were looking in one direction. And I asked the guy, what are you guys looking at? Because I didn't see anything right away. And he goes, oh, that. And he pointed in the right direction, I guess. Because I guess I was behind him or something. I don't know. 28 years old. And so I fucking said, well, what do you guys do? What is that? He goes, it's a UFO. I go, yeah, it looks like a UFO. He goes, why don't you go check it out? And I said, I looked at him like for a split second. I'm like, what do you mean? Why me? I mean, but anyway, so I did. I just said, fuck it, bravado, and I said, okay. And I walked on towards the thing. Now, the thing was kind of pudgy little UFO. It was only about, I don't know, maybe 24 feet in circumference. It was really actually small, but it had a pretty high roof. It was pudgy, and it kind of came down. It was pudgy, though, like a walnut. And I remember the door opened when I put my hand up towards this emblem that was apparently on it. When I got right up to it, it was like an emblem engraving. And I was going to I guess I was thinking about touching it maybe even. And anyway, I put my hand up. When I got about that far away, it lit up green light came out of the engraving. And it showed what looked like kind of like an astronaut type thing with a suit on and stuff. So I was like, wow. And when that happened, all of a sudden a bunch of air and pressure came out of the UFO and the door opened. And I was like, whoa. So, I mean, I was looking at the thing and I was like, whoa. And then all of a sudden a dude, and I swear to fucking God, this is no lie. I mean, this is so detailed, this fucking sighting. I guarantee up until the point, this is the only one I can remember. Let's just put it that way. And when some dude showed up and he looked human and he had a human looking surgery-like type outfit on with boots and shit, something for COVID, literally almost close to a hazmat suit looking type of thing. And he goes like that. He goes like that. And I was like, okay. So I started proceeding towards the door thinking, he's human. Why am I worrying about this? And so I started to walk towards the thing, and I was like, how am I going to get up this thing? It's just no stairs or anything. It's just flat. I think I'm going to slide on it. So I start to get to it, and as soon as I get to it, I just move right up in the UFO. I didn't have any effort or anything. It just picked me up like an escalator and got me in there. And I just kind of went, whoa. And then the door shut, and then he started walking off in the UFO. I was like, God, it looks like a fucking hallway, and I just got in this UFO. I don't get it. But it did have a curve to it, like a UFO, okay? But when we got to the main hallway, it went really long, and I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? It looked like a hallway, like way in an installation somewhere, so it couldn't be on the UFO. So immediately I'm like, what the fuck? So I think what happened was the fucking UFO, as soon as the door shut, it's within 3-5 seconds, it was already back at its main destination. Maybe the mother. Even as soon as the door shut, they moved the UFO to a fucking thing, and it docked in there. And I didn't know this until I started realizing that hallway was straight for and you could see it go for distance, like straight, and that's not the size of the UFO. So I was like, wow. So what I think happened is it docked, and we got out of that UFO, and all the rooms in this thing were UFOs that were ready to go somewhere and stuff. So each room had their own, it was a UFO. And we went in this other one, and this lady came in. She had a mustache, and she was Chinese looking, and she was talking, but I could not hear her audibly. And by the way, I was escorted by 2 dogs in this thing. I was escorted. One dog grabbed me, it had rubber things on its teeth by the wrist. The other dog had some apparatus hooked to its fucking waist and chest, and it grabbed me around the leg and moved me while I was walking like it wasn't going to let me go. So I was like, oh God. Anyway, this is factual, or at least detailed. Let's just say that. It's fucking super detailed. So I looked at the floor and I was wondering where the lights are. And I looked down at the floor because there was some bright shit down there. And the bright shit was like flowing on in the seams. It was like the green stuff in a glow stick, but it was flowing. You could see little bubbles in it and shit. It had like a plexiglass cover over it. And it went under this thing that was to go into the UFO. You had to go up a little ramp that was only so big, but it looked like a cryogenic room because they have stuff like that in those kinds of places. But anyway, that's just what it reminded me. But when we went in there, one dog stayed, the other dog left. The Chinese, well, this guy, he wasn't 100% human. Okay, let me just tell you something. This guy had big eyelids up here, and they went around giant fucking eyes. But he had slits like a Chinese person. So anyway, he left, the dog left, and then one white German shepherd, and I swear to God, it was a German shepherd, stayed there and watched me. And then this lady came in, like I said, and I couldn't hear her. And I could see she was talking, but I couldn't hear her. And she had a mustache, but it was a woman's kind of mustache. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, that's weird. I've never seen a Chinese chick with a fucking mustache, you know? So I was looking at her like that, but she didn't say nothing to me. She acted like I was unimportant. And I just, she grabbed something from the wall, but you couldn't see what she was grabbing because of the wall. It was a wall. So, but as soon as she put her hand up there, a fucking big thing came out of the wall, and she grabbed it, and it was as big as like that. And I thought she was talking on it, but she wasn't. She was fucking. I think she pointed it at me for a split second, and then put it back in the wall. And when she did that, she fucking left. You know, really, it was all quick. You know, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing in this thing?" So then I started to look around in it. To see if there's anything in there, and the dog seemed okay with that, so I didn't fucking care, and I started looking around for anything, and I even put my hand to the wall to see if there was any shells that I couldn't see because it was really weird, and see if they would open or whatever, and I couldn't, but I went to the window because there wasn't like a UFO window porthole, and I walked over to it and looked outside, and guess what? This thing had already somehow or another left the installation in another UFO that I was in that room, and went down and parked on really like freezing rain, like was everywhere. And I looked out and I said, oh, hell no, because I was just in Vegas, right? Don't drop me off fucking here. You know, I remember saying that to myself. I was like, please don't fucking let me out here. Because all I had was like a trench coat. I was like, that shit looks cold. And I think they were like in China. And it looked heavy, like it was heavy of frozen rain. And it looked super cold out. Anyway, I was paranoid they were going to do that, let me out there, and definitely paranoid. Anyway, I walked over to it looked like a tray that you would see in a doctor's office, you know, with legs, 4 legs on it. And that was kind of interesting because it just looked really mundane and human looking. But anyway, so I walked over to it, and it had, you could see some rust on it and stuff, and it looked old. And then there's shit on it. It was like 1940s fucking autopsy equipment. I swear to God. And when I saw that, then I started getting anxiety a little bit again. And I looked at the dog, and I was like, "Oh shit, maybe I should just grab these rubber gloves and prove that I was on this thing in case they might let me go. Maybe this is just a memento. They have this shit here as a memento, like people have mementos in their office space type of thing. So I wasn't going to get paranoid over it, but I did grab the rubber gloves and I stuffed them inside my trench coat pocket. And as soon as I did, my memory blanked out. And I woke up in a cold sweat, like I told you. It was really creepy. And I didn't even remember the memory when it was happening. It only came after I woke up like that. And I didn't wake up because I was already awake. That's the whole key to this. I was already awake. I wasn't even tired. I'm an insomniac by trade, okay? I'm a fucking insomniac, all right? I don't sleep well, all right? So anyway, so what happened was, I checked immediately for my trench coat. Where is it? And then I looked for the gloves, and they weren't there. So that's the story there on that one. Let me tell another one. And these are real stories. Oh, and the cat, guess what? The fucking cat I was looking for came by the next day, found our home. This is like 2-3 months after it disappeared. Or maybe 2 months, maybe not even that, maybe a month and a half. It was gone for a long time. It was super skinny, And it's weird how it showed up after the event. It was just so strange because it was like gone forever. Anyway, that's that story. And then there's other stories, and these are all real. I mean, I could tell you another possible abduction scenario that I don't remember being on board the fucking UFO part. You know, that's gone. But I do remember something happened. It was more likely a UFO event. So, I know. That's why I'm heavy into that shit, you know. That's how you make a good warlock. I don't know if they did anything. I don't know what they did. They just cheap weighted it. It would look like a giant plastic walkie-talkie, you know, white. I have no idea. I don't even have an idea. You know, even as a warlock, I can't even figure out what they were doing to me. No, nothing was said. And like I said, they had my audio, my ears cut off, so I couldn't hear what she was talking, what language I'm not kidding you. The audio was cut off on my ears. I could not hear her. I couldn't even hear myself walking through the fucking place. I'm not kidding you. And that's factual. I couldn't hear myself. I couldn't hear the lady talking. I could. That's why the guy he did this, because if he would have said something to me, it would have come out with no audio probably, because they had turned off. Look, the UFO did something strange. It made an entire, and then all the people in the apartment complex, none of them could remember anything such like that. All of a sudden, when I started going around trying to ask people, and maybe I was just asking the wrong people, but apparently there was no news of this. And the thing is, I know for a fact, I remember looking for my cat. I had got up, I wasn't asleep. I got up to look for my cat, and I was outside, and all this shit came down. That's it. And by the way, Area 51, I'm just going to tell you straight up, it's been decommissioned a long time ago, and any UFO, any existing evidence of UFOs and anything has already been delivered to another installation. And S1 might still be operational. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if S1 exists, because Bob Lazar is a frontman. I've come to the conclusion that Bob Lazar, that everyone likes to hear about, is really just a frontman to redirect people's attention to Area 51 subliminally or semi-subliminally by acting like he was almost got, you know, they changed his ID and then personality or whatever, you know, they made him disappear from his college records and all this shit from George Knapp. And I just thought about it over the years, and I've come to the intuitive conclusion, in fact, that Bob Lazar is a plant. Yeah. Oh, by the way, do you want to hear the abduction story of my dad's fucking Piedmont house that he was building? You will trip. You will fucking, maybe, I don't know. But I'm telling you, I tripped. I'll tell you fucking something else. I tripped. Okay, all right. So real quick, there was a guy named Rutledge. His last name was Rutledge. He was a physicist at Cape Girardeau, Illinois. I didn't know any of this when I was a kid. I came to this conclusion later in life when I did some research. Anyway, he was studying UFOs. I didn't, that were in Piedmont, Missouri, plain and simple. And so what I did was, I found that out later in life, but what I was doing one day, my dad brought me out there like he did all the time. And this shit went down. Oh, here, I'll just give you two quick experience. One quick experience. One time we were on the road going straight. There was no turnoffs. It was all country trees on each side. The fucking Jeep just went up on two wheels and came down. And all of a sudden, all this wind passed by us that was so giant that there was like 6 tornadoes on each side. Pretty much, I mean, on each side of the road, picking up gravel and sticks inside them and spitting them out. Anyway, so what I did is I said, Dad, what the fuck? Where's the truck that just passed us at high speed? And he said, he didn't say nothing. He slammed on the brakes. Anyway, real quick, just to get over this one, I just want to get past this quick tale because this is not something I want to discuss too much. It almost creeps me out too much to think about it. But anyway, so he didn't say anything. He went pale looking in the face, and my mom and him were looking up. They weren't looking in back in front of us on the road. They were looking slightly up, and I was just a little kid, like 9 years old. So I was like, he didn't answer me. And then my mom said to my dad, she goes, Jim, and he goes, I know. And when that happened, I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Where's the fucking car that just passed us? You know, I was totally baffled by this shit. And anyway, so there was no sound of any engine, a plane engine or anything. And matter of fact, quite frankly, there was lots of UFOs being seen in the mid to early 70s in Piedmont, Missouri. Just look it up. It was a flap of UFOs. I didn't know. I was just a little kid. And my dad told me something about a UFO once, and I asked him, really? Cool. But that was about it. So what happened was later, I was at the lake. My dad brought me over to the house, and he was hammering on top there. There's no roof or nothing. And he was hammering away, and I walked over to the pond. Maybe I was going to, I don't know, harass a bullfrog or something. And I was picking up rocks and like a kid does. And a little copperhead came out of his hole and went back in. It was a little copperhead. It was like a baby one like that. And I was like, cool, but I let it do its thing. You know, I just put the rock back. And then all of a sudden, there was this giant color to my left. I swear to God, it was like a wall. I swear to God. And it was to my peripheral left. I couldn't really see it immediately, but I saw it eventually from my peripheral. And then I was scared to look at it. I was scared to look over at it. I didn't know what to fucking think. It was big. Anyway, so what happened was I did look at it because I just said, fuck it, just give in and look. Maybe it's just a deer or something. But I looked over, and as soon as I did, the shit caved in on itself. Like, it just went like that, gone. And then the next thing I know, I'm not by the pond. This is serious shit, okay? I do not lie, okay? I wasn't even at the pond all of a sudden. Okay, now, what happened was, all of a sudden I remember standing up in the woods on top of a hill that looks like in the vicinity, but I wasn't familiar. And there was no trees around me, but there were trees everywhere else. And I was interested in that because there's tree falls in a perfect circle around me. And when I say tree falls, it looked unnatural. There was tree falls in a perfect circle around me. And I just said, what the fuck? And I was having a panic attack. And I was like, uh-oh, calm down. You're going to fucking die here from a panic attack. So I tried to calm down. And then I was just, where's the pond and all this shit? And I just fucking finally just said, fuck it, flash all that shit. Just try to get home. I couldn't hear my dad hammering no more either. So I was really scared. And I started to walk. It took me 3 hours. I finally got home, but it took like 3 fucking hours. And, by the time it was around the 3rd hour, I was thirsty as fuck, by the way, when I showed up there, because I don't know why, all of a sudden I was super thirsty. And the whole time trying to find my dad's house, I was super thirsty. And there was a creek down there, but I was like, hey, man, I know that creek, I think. So I followed around and got home. My dad goes, where were you? And I said, where was I? I don't know, but I'm going to tell you what happened. I got lost. And he goes, how'd you get lost? I said, I don't know. I was at the fucking pond, and I was just fucking chilling over there, doing my thing. You know how it is. All of a sudden, I'm on top of a hill somewhere. I don't know how I got there. Basically, I made it short to him. I didn't tell him about the fucking color and shit. And he was like, he laughed. And I said, Dad, don't laugh. I grabbed a jug of water. I started chugging that shit. And I chugged the whole thing. And then I put it down. I said, Dad, don't fucking laugh. I was just trying to find you. I couldn't hear your hammering. It took me 3 hours to get here. And I'm hot and bothered and pissed because I don't know what the fuck just happened. And he goes, well, and I was thinking, I don't know, maybe I had a medical issue. I even thought that to myself. I don't know. But anyway, so, but I wasn't sick or anything. Anyway, so my dad goes, that's interesting because something weird happened to me. I go, what? He goes, I was hammering and a big shadow went over the roof. I thought it was a cloud at first, but it had a shape to it. And then I was scared to look up at it. And I said, yeah. And was it going fast? How fast was it going? He goes, it's only going about 10 miles an hour. I go, well, did you look up at it? He goes, eventually I did get the fucking guts to look up at it. But when I did, it was gone. And I said, whoa. And I said, what direction was it going at 10 miles an hour? And he pointed straight to the fucking pond. So I knew right away, that was not a cloud. That was the fucking UFO. I think it was a chevron-shaped UFO. Because he, I think, kind of led me to believe that. But anyway, yeah, there you go. And then, oh God, that one I can't remember what happened. It panics me to think how I got there. I don't know how that fucking happened. And when I was a kid, I didn't know any better. I was like, I didn't know that was possibly a UFO. I had no clue. I was just thinking maybe, I even said maybe to my dad, I said, maybe I should get checked out at a medical clinic to see if I'm okay, because I don't know what happened and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And my dad was like, no, you're acting just fine. That's how my parents always were, though. Anyway, that's a true story. That's no fucking doubt. And you can tell by the way I tell my shit. I know what the fuck. It happened. It happened. Here's another one that happened, and this is the worst and scariest one. You ready? You ready for this one? I'm getting good at telling this, but over the years, I started to forget some details and I regained them over the years because, sometimes you don't talk a lot to people and you start to forget little details. So I've reestablished those details over the years. A friend of mine wanted to go smoke a joint in a very odd place, but he was a nature freak. So I was like, yeah, I get it. He's not gay or anything. He's just kind of weird. And I was like, okay, but it's awful far away. Are you sure? It's at night and I don't really want to go that far with a joint just to smoke a joint. And he said, yeah. And I was a little concerned about his whatever, mental stability, whatever. But I went and, I was like easy that way in the sense that I'll go any fucking where as long as it's cool, and he said it had a huge treehouse that went over the river. And I was like, cool, that's cool. So a huge treehouse that goes over a river, kind of like, it's kind of like leaning like that. So cool place to smoke a joint. We went there. It took forever, but we got there. We drove in a gravel road. A farmhouse was on the left. There was cornfields that had been mowed down with, I guess, just a little litter left over from the the cuts they made or whatever, or the tilling or whatever you want to call it, plowing and all that. And we passed all that and went to the treehouse, went up in the treehouse, and I was a little concerned because it was high up and it went over the fucking river, the Missouri River, to be specific. We have gifts in our family. Yeah. So anyway, just to relax, try to take it down a notch because I don't want to get too excited about this. It can give me some anxiety in itself. And I don't like anxiety. I don't get it that often. But anyway, so we went to the treehouse. We went up in it, smoked the joint. And as we were smoking it, actually, I was looking to my left. He was looking straight ahead. There's stars everywhere. There's no lights out there. I said, this is a cool motherfucking treehouse. It'd be better to see it in the daytime, though. He goes, yeah, but I didn't want to freak out the farmer. And I'm like, oh, well, we already drove by his house. I'm sure he knows we're on his fucking shit. And he's like, it's okay. We'll be quiet. That's what he said, or some shit. So anyway, this story's kind of long. Brace yourself. I saw something, it was just, some bright shot light out to the sides. I thought it was a reflection off the atmosphere from some of these landing lights. But then I thought, wait a minute, there's no fucking airport out here. And it came closer and it kept shooting spires of light horizontally out of it. And I was like, man, that's bright. That shit was bright. I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever seen a nighttime plane doing that. Oh, I got to hear your stories. Do you want me to finish? I will finish. If you don't want me to, I will stop. Because I do want to hear your story. But it's going to be hard to do it in chat like this. Maybe I should get a panel. Okay. So anyway, I just saw something bright. I thought, okay, a plane, it's just reacting that way because the atmosphere and whatever. But as it was getting, because I'm I don't try to look for UFOs. When I'm seeing something in the sky, I try to deduce it as a plane first. So anyway, or a jet. Anyway, it was getting closer and I noticed it was doing some weird, it looked like it was going back and forth because I could see the silhouette kind of when the lights weren't on as much or something and not as bright. And as it got closer, my friend, I even said that to my friend. He goes, no, that's just wind hitting it. It's a small plane. So I was like, okay. I was good with that excuse for a sec. But then as it got closer, you could see it was jumping hundreds of feet in front and back, but it was trying to trick your eyes. It would shoot a backlight on, rectangular black brick-shaped rectangular light on the back when it would go forward. And then when it would go back, it would put the front one on. It was kind of cylinder shaped. I think it could have been a UFO, but it was night. I could only see the silhouette. So anyway, I knew right away. I told him, no, I think that's a UFO. That's a UFO. Thank you. Thank you so much. The compliments mean like so much to me too. I really could use them too. So anyway, when that thing got closer, it was coming towards us, and I was like, "Oh, this thing's coming close to us, dude." He said, "Be quiet, be quiet." And as it was coming closer, all of a sudden it stopped doing the back and forth shit, and it turned the rectangular lights off altogether, and then just started drifting. Then a spray emitted from it, and it just kind of made a spray can sound, and it just kind of blew off the back. It was glowing orange, and it was. I told my friend, I said, "Dude, I think that's radiation or something." I said, "I'm glad we're not directly under that fucking thing." And it was getting closer, and soon it was going to be completely to a direct front, and it was on the other side of the river. And at that point, I started screaming. My friend protested, "Don't do that, don't do that." I was trying to get its attention, the UFO. And I kept doing it. And then finally, my friend just lost it. And he said, "Stop." And I said, "No, come here." And as soon as I screamed as loud as I could like that at it, it fucking dead stopped. For it's drifting, it was drifting, and then it went just like that. And a light came on, and when the light came on, I noticed right away, it didn't hurt my eyes, but it emitted a projection, and you're going to freak out here, of what's on the UFO. And I saw it from our vantage point, sideways. And it was evidently, they were going this way, and we were over here, like 45-degree angle, and anyway, I could see inside there, and there was 4 aliens, and they looked like they were sitting on the seat that a snowmobile people have. And they were all sitting in a row, though. It was kind of almost, I don't know, they were close together, but they were sitting like they were on a recreational vehicle. And they were all looking to the right, because that's where we were, to the right, and they were looking directly at us. There was 4 of them, and they were bulbous-eyed looking fucking gray-like things, but they had like a flight suit on that was dark, and it went over their entire face. It was lighter towards the face, almost like see-through, transparent, and then it kind of turned into the shit down here. Anyway, the one guy in the front all of a sudden projected, I guess, psychically to me, I don't know what you want to call it, but he said directly in English, "Oh, so you would possibly like to come aboard, possibly be diced into 1,000 different pieces, possibly put together, and possibly put on your sent on your way? We can do that." I swear to God, I didn't do that or anything, but that's how it sounded when it said it to me, like almost somebody that was like, "Hey," you know. And anyway, so as soon as it did that, I realized we bothered them. I bothered them. They weren't out to abduct us, but I made a big scene. So the extraterrestrial got pissed off. And now the third extraterrestrial in the row, and this is factual, I shit you not, had a smirk on his face that got bigger, and it was just a little mouth, but it still smiled. And the one side got even bigger when he said psychically to me, the third one, I guess his coworker, you know, so they were like, oh, mad. So I jumped out of the fucking treehouse, and a friend joined me. We didn't break a leg, luckily, but when I say jumped, we literally had to watch out, because if we fell into the water, that would suck. But we climbed down a couple stairs and then jumped. It was a 40-foot treehouse. We had to climb a couple of them down a little bit. But we ran down them, you know, we were so scared. And then we ran to his car. It was a VW. We took off. And this story is crazy. You're about to hear some shit here. You'll never hear this anywhere. This is factual shit. And then we were going down the road, and I said, "Keep going. That shit did something, and I don't want to explain it right now. Just keep going." I didn't even want to hear his viewpoint. I just said, "Keep driving, because we pissed these fucking things off." I didn't say that, but I was thinking that. And he said, "No, I got to stop." All of a sudden, he decided to stop the car again. All of a sudden, he had to get a second look, you know, and possibly it. And so he gets out, climbs the farm field, because there's a little, like, a berm, and he had to get up it to get on the field, and then he disappeared quick because of that. So when he did, I was all of a sudden scared to be in the car. So I got out of the car and went over where he was, and he was just standing there. When I got there, I was looking to my right, kind of like before, and he was just looking straight up in the direction where the UFO used to be. And all of a sudden, I saw a black dot coming. So I think I picked up right away it was going to come from over this direction. And I was right. But this time, as it got closer, it wasn't doing the same thing as the other UFO. It had a different shape as it got closer. You could see this thing's a unilateral triangle. Unilateral. It doesn't look like a stealth of any kind. It has a glass-packed black top. You can see it shining off the farm light from the farmhouse. It's shining off this glass packed top. It has a canopy like something we would have. Has a little red light blinking on the bottom, and it had a pearl gray bottom with slated tile looking like shuttle tile that were big though, not small. And the thing was pretty gigantic, maybe 160 feet across, unilaterally, perfect triangle, no deviation. Anyway, so as it got closer, I was a little concerned, but immediately all my heart issues, because I was still scared from the other UFO, sort of calmed, and all of a sudden I was relaxed, like it pointed a beam at me that sedated me. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. It like sedated me. All of a sudden I was like on Xanax. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. Okay, I shouldn't say it like that. But anyway, so what happened at that point, I was afraid a little bit because all of a sudden I saw these leaves and branches wiggling as it went over me. It was only about 20 feet above the treetops, and every branch, and there was no wind coming out of it or sound. So I was tripping on that. I was totally freaked out by that, but I couldn't because I was like sedated, but I could still experience it. As it got closer, I could see it was only going about 25 miles an hour. And I was trying to listen for an engine, but I couldn't hear shit. As it got closer, it kind of veered off away from us a little, and enough to make me a little less worried when it went over us, because I didn't want it to like have an energy field that fucking kills me, right? So, and I was glad that it veered away from us. But anyway, all the branches were losing their leaves, and the branches were wiggling when that thing went over. It was affecting them, but it was not wind. So anyway, when it went over us, I was still trying to, hey, where's the fucking sound? I even said to my friend, where's the sound of that? That's not the same UFO. I told him right away, that's not you. Obviously, no, that's not the same UFO, right? And he said, yeah, that's not the same UFO. Anyway, it was probably doing the same, it knew about the UFO. It was one of our shit. Maybe it was the Space Force's shit, okay, because it looked like space age shit. And anyway, all of a sudden, when it went about 600 meters downrange, all of a sudden I started hearing this engine sound that was really loud, like a jet, but like a million times louder. I mean, but it wasn't so much the same sound. It was more like an avalanche of rocks kind of sound. And anyway, I was amazed by it. It was very, very loud. But it was weird because they already passed us, didn't make any sound. Oh, an electrical field kind of went through us a little bit when it did. Even though it veered away from us, there was electrical of some kind charge that was buzzing in us when it went over, and you could hear a very low-pitch droning sound, but extremely low pitch, like almost like a transformer, but a weak one. So anyway, that happened, and then we left. Okay, the next day he calls me up, and and says, "You want to go out there again?" I said, "No, I don't want to go out there. We already saw 2 UFOs in one night. It'll never happen again." That's what I told him. Because I was like, no, daylight or night, you'll never see that shit again, bro. But he goes, come on, man. I said, no, I'm going. Not again. No, I already saw 2 UFOs last night. I'm still a bit shaken from that shit. Anyway, so he goes out there in the broad daylight. He comes back in the evening, and he's shaking like a leaf, gets out of his car, and he's shaking like a leaf. And he's got pale, and he just looks petrified. So I was like, hey, dude, what's up? I was trying to cheer him up because he did look that way. And I was maybe he's bummed out. But no, he goes, no, Dad, oh, no, you didn't say that right away. He goes, they told me to tell you this. I said, who told you what? Because I went out there and there was military out there, and they told me to stop my car with a blowhorn. They were like a couple hundred feet in front of me and running towards me, and there was guys with weapons, heavy weapons behind them. The guys that ran up first, though, had their pistols out, and they fucking detained me, and I had to cut my engine, and there was helicopters flying around and all that stuff. He said, and there was guys poking in the weeds with sticks. And back even then, in 1986 October, there were ATVs riding around with military guys on them, looking on the ground and shit. Anyway, so the farmhouse had been cut off, but they were letting people in. Probably they knew, maybe I don't know. But so when he got out of the car, he said they didn't even ask for his wallet. They go, hey, Dave, go ahead and, after they debriefed him and threatened his life not to talk about it, he said, go ahead and tell your friend the same thing, that we said to you. Have a good day. Here's your wallet back. And now later I found out in life, and I don't know if you're going to believe me. Maybe I can prove it to you in a future video or something. I can actually, but I ain't gonna lie. They took the URL away from this Sims General. Okay, let me just get into that. So as he is walking away, he said, "Oh, by the way, my dad's a colonel." That's what I meant, a colonel, not general, a colonel. I go, "What is that supposed to mean?" You know, that's the first, and he didn't answer me. He got in his car, he drove away, never saw him again. So I went over, let's just say I went over, this is true. I did do this. A week later, I had the guts to go over and look for his house because I never knew where the dude lived, but I kind of had an idea. He was right next to the friends of mine, the Eads, because they had said something about his house being there across the street. So I went over there and I looked over in his yard and no lights in his house. It looked like even all dark in there. There was not one light on. I knocked, and matter of fact, I think I even asked to clarify, is this Dave's home? But to the Eads, and they shuffled off, and they're my friends. They shuffled off. I fucking shit you not. I'm like, what the fuck are they shuffling off? Kind of like incoherent looking all of a sudden. I know why. Because when I went over there to look for Dave, they had evacuated his entire family. They told the neighbors, if this guy comes asking questions, just don't answer him. That's simple. Have a good day. So anyway, I had to figure that out, but that's why they shuffled away. They weren't dissing me. They were just told not to talk about it. Anyway, so I guess I've come to a conclusion over the years that Dave's dad was, and I found out that he is a colonel. He was a colonel, and he was into nanotechnology. I looked into it. He was into wind dynamics, liquid dynamics, electromagnetics, and a few other things. The guy was a physicist or some shit. So I was like, what the fuck? What are the odds? So I figured out, I know what happened, I'm pretty sure. And this is what you call, I actually had a nervous breakdown because they threatened me. But anyway, I'm past it. I'm not scared of anyone anymore. It's helped me. I don't have anything to worry about. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care about dying. I'll tell my story. So, at the time I didn't, though. I was trying not to tell it. And we moved to Vegas. Some strange guy comes to our house and buys our fucking house out of the blue. Just out of the fucking blue. We moved to fucking Vegas, of all places. And I did tell my dad it would be nice to, at the time I was still living at home, to live in Vegas. So I was like, can I go? And he said, yeah. So I went there. That was the first time we went to Vegas. But long story short, I didn't even know about Area 51 being up there. But yeah, it did classified shit up there before. And they probably do got some installations and stuff. But the bottom line is this, man, this shit happened to me. And another time, the Phoenix Lights, 2 weeks before the Phoenix Lights happened in fucking Arizona. I saw that thing in broad daylight. It's a boomerang. It's a boomerang. It's huge. It's fucking huge. Planes from McCarran. I was in the jacuzzi. Planes from McCarran Airport were veering away from that fucking thing. They were telling them, hey, go ahead and take off, but veer away. Don't go over the mountains, Sierras. Go around and then enter to the Sierras down here or something, because all the planes that were taking off from McCarran that usually go over the mountains were veering away from the thing. And I thought for sure it was a hang glider at first, but no. There were a couple small clouds, just teeny ones, and it was a blue sky, and they were going different directions. I figured out those are two cloud layers, two different wind systems, and that's high up. So I knew right away that fucking thing is way up there. It was more or less to the west of Vegas, but it was above Mount Charleston, more or less directly above Mount Charleston. And later on, I clarified some Mexicans in a car saw that boomerang and videotaped it. But that video is impossible to find anymore. I should have copied it. Anyway, the bottom line is I tried to get these Mexicans to come out of their apartment and bring a camera because I didn't have one. And because they asked me, what are you looking at? And they came down and they saw it and they dropped their jaws. Because at first they were trying to say the same thing. Oh, it's probably just a glider or something. But it wasn't moving. It was just sitting there. Anyway, eventually one of the Mexicans, I guess he lost interest eventually and walked back upstairs. The other one was half Aztec or Mayan or some shit. And his jaw was still dropped. He was looking at it. He wasn't going anywhere. Me too. It was high up there though. At arm's length, I guess it was only about that big. But you knew if it came down under those cloud layers, it's going to be fucking a mile long. Anyway, I went in to try to get something or whatever, and I came back out and it had started corkscrewing away from its position. While I walked inside to my apartment, I was going to do something, maybe get a camera if I thought I knew where one was or whatever. And that thing was corkscrewing. It was like a boomerang. It was strange. It's like turning around maybe, but it kept corkscrewing, but it was moving off. It was going slow. It wasn't going really fast. And then it seemed like it was going towards Jean, Nevada, or Primm now it's called. Jean or Primm. Yeah, Jean or Primm. They're kind of close together. And I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, 2 weeks later, the Phoenix Lights. And that's when it was low, but it was at night. So there you go. That's fucking, I have UFO sightings all the time. Fucking all the time. All the time. I mean, I haven't had any of late, except when I was in Thousand Oaks, and it was kind of a UFO sighting, I might say. But I don't want to get into it. It's kind of indescript. It had an unusual. I tried to get my friend, it's the guy you were talking about. I was at his house. I was trying to get him and his son's attention. There was something shaped like a teardrop, but not with the curve of a teardrop. It was just teardrop shaped. And it had a rounded tip, though, on both ends, not a point on one end. So it was kind of that shape. And it was, at first I thought it was a black balloon, but the more I looked at it, it was doing the same thing, corkscrewing, slowly. But it was moving about the speed of a fast balloon or maybe a slow helicopter. But I tried to ID it for a helicopter, and I couldn't. So I said, well, maybe it's somebody's balloon, but I've never seen a balloon shaped like that. And it looks like structural, like it had shining, it looked like a smoothed out rock. But anyway, yeah, that was just an indescript UFO. And I tried to get their attention, but, like a lot of people, they're adamant to go in that direction, and they just kind of lost interest. I think one of them came over and just said, it's a balloon, because they don't see a lot of UFOs. But I am a good observer, so I knew there was something odd about it, and it did have the similar corkscrew movement. Anyway, I could probably be an investigator, but I don't want to be a part of MUFON or anything. I just have a lot of experiences. I can relax now. I'm gonna smoke some weed. I get all worked up talking about that stuff. And I can go on forever. I could even bore someone, I'm sure. I know I had 4 in chat and 1 left, probably because of that, but I had to get it out. And also, other people are witnesses at the Phoenix Lights. I mean, it's a shitload. I mean, there's doctors, there's all kinds, thousands of people saw that fucking thing. They said it was a mile long or close to it, or somewhere around that range. And then they used flares to try to throw deception at everyone on TV. Yeah. Anyway, I knew right away that's probably the same vehicle that I saw. And what's weird about it, what's really weird about it, is the Vegas one, I guess because it was so high up in the air, in broad daylight. I tried everything to figure out what that was. Matter of fact, I even called the news. I even called Nellis Air Force Base, and the guy on the phone kind of laughed. He says, I'll put you in touch with Tower. And he did. Now check this out. This is one more thing to this story. He said, I'll put you in touch with Tower. The Tower came, and I told him, and the guy kind of chuckled and said, no, we don't got anything in the air there. I said, it's been there for a fucking almost 48 minutes. And he goes, well, we don't got anything on the radar. We don't, it's good. Maybe it's just a balloon. I was like, dude, I got pissed. Anyway, I hung up on him. And the next day, check this shit out. The next day, a fucking supersonic fucking jet, I guess one of the fighters, a really advanced one, flew really low telephone pole height over our apartment. And the backwash almost broke our fucking windows, because it caused a concussion. And you know what that was? That was a message to me. Hey, mind your own fucking business. We're conducting, activities. What do you want us to do? Kind of thing, Mind your own fucking business. You're lucky you ain't dead already, bitch. Kind of shit, That kind of thing. That's what I felt, anyway. I am surprised it didn't break those windows, because it was such concussion, it pulled the window in like 1.5 feet. And it wiggled. The whole glass pane was wiggling like a rubber band. I swear to fucking God. I thought it was for sure going to break. But and then I called him again and said, hey, why are you flying shit over? He says, they're practicing for their show. I said, hey, man, you don't do shit that low over civilian populations. Bullshit. I hung up. I didn't care. I was over my fucking nervous breakdown. I was over it. I'm pissed, And I don't even think there was an air show coming. So, and they don't test over civilian population. They do it over military areas. They don't fucking come over civilian populations to do their test flights and shit. I mean, maybe a little bit they're allowed to at high, way up in the fucking air. Yeah, but that wasn't way up in the fucking air. Shit. Well, like I said, the last one was, I think, oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. The Thousand Oaks one was the second recent. The other one was on my other channel. I actually caught some video of it. Did you know about that? I actually caught video of UFO. So, and I don't even brag about shit like that too often. Yeah, it gets boring talking about nothing but UFOs, but it's serious business to me. And if you're interested, yeah, I go in that direction. But I just go in so many different ones too, because let me tell you another one I had. You're not gonna believe this shit. In the same fucking jacuzzi in Las Vegas that I was in when I saw the fucking boomerang one, there was 4 quarter looking things that flew over me, and I knew right away those are discs. I knew they weren't balloons because they didn't have the rounded bottom like a balloon would have. They had like a pancake bottom, and if it didn't have any shape, it looked more or less pancake. Okay, that's okay. Anyway, so that was the first time in my entire life I ever saw with my eyes a disc-shaped UFO. And there was like 13 or 14 of them. They went over me. They were only going about 600 miles an hour, not too fast, kind of like one of our jet fighters, but they were so far up and close to the top of the atmosphere, well, they were just high up, maybe 30,000 feet, that they were leaving a little bit of a trail even. They had a little bit of a light trail coming off them. And they 2 or 3 of them kept popping, disappearing, and popping back into the pack. And so I was tripped out by that. It happened like 2 or 3 times. They just kind of popped out and popped back into position. I knew right away, those are UFOs. And they were literally coming from the Area 51 place too. Even though I discredit a lot of the shit over in Area 51 as being in existence, yeah, they were coming from that direction. I shit you not. But the thing about those is you could tell from the Vegas lights, it was dark at night and it was night. The Vegas lights lit up the bottom of them. That's why I could see them. And when they went out of range, it was just like looking at a plane going out of range, I guess. They just kind of slowly disappeared over the horizon. Tripped me out though. I mean, because I'm a UFO fanatic now as a result of all that shit. And I've had other things happen. I could go on. I've had too many. I don't even know if I could go over all my stories and feel comfortable about it. It wouldn't feel right. I'd be like shoving it down people's throat, and I'm not trying to do it. Tamara, I remember running into your channel because you speak with a forceful attitude that was somewhat interesting as well. And I think I remember seeing you talk, and I don't even know, maybe I found you. Maybe you were browsing on someone else's live stream, and I wanted to see your, because I used to know another Tamara that had dark skin. Tan skin, let's just put it that way. Man, well, I mean, I could. I want to hear your stories, Tamara, now, actually. I'll tell my others later. I'll save them. Oh, that's nice. You listen to every word, because I don't stumble on my fucking true UFO fucking encounters. That shit means more to me than anything. But yeah. But I like listening to other people. So. Oh no, it doesn't make me feel uncomfortable because I can go through them like lickety split in a way. But some of them are longer than others. If you want me to, I'll tell you about. Let me just coordinate because I have them in a list. Literally in my brain, they're in a fucking list. I've seen like 4, including the 13 or 14 ones that went over me in the jacuzzi. That increased my sightings because those were all UFOs by 13 or 14. So my literate count is, I don't even want to go into it. All right. So anyway, one time I was at Rockwood State Park in Missouri with my friend Jay Jones. Well, at the time we were all friends. Jay Jones, it's not like I hate him. I think he turned gay or some shit later in life or some stupid shit. But we went to there and my friend Tom Meyer and Tom McHugh went with, they tailed with us. We didn't usually do it with Tom McHugh. It was usually just me, uh, Tom Meyer and me, or Jay Jones, me and Tom Meyer. But once in a while, Tommy would come. Yeah. Anyway, if I look disheveled, I apologize. All right, so I mean, my hair is. I mean, I didn't bathe today. Okay, so just remember, I didn't bathe. Let me just get my hair down. All right, thanks. All right, this one's interesting too. This one's really interesting. It has interesting side notes to it. So we were just chilling, smoking a bowl of weed like we did out in Lockwood State Park, but we were kind of after hours. They hadn't closed the gates yet because they had to let other people out that were out hiking in there or whatever. And that's how we used to take advantage of late night stays at Rockwoods. We wouldn't really get in trouble unless we were past a certain time the gates closed or something. But we were past time, and it was maybe 9 o'clock, and we were just smoking some weed. And all of a sudden, these dogs just went shit fucking crazy all over the place. I'm like, wait a minute, we're in Rockwood State Park. Where are these fucking dogs coming from? My friend says, oh, well, they got a few Timberwolves down there. I said, that all those dogs, that's not Timberwolves. That's, every dog around here is barking. And he goes, no, maybe it's just they're looking for somebody. I said, oh, you mean like basset hounds or some shit? Yeah, or you know what I mean. And he goes, yeah. I was like, okay. So we were just listening to all that mayhem, and all the dogs that were barking were from outside the park slightly, where the residential, I guess there were, but they were all barking, every fucking one of them. And I was tripping on that, and I go, yeah, you're probably right. Maybe that's what they're doing. They're looking for somebody. They got hounds out, maybe escaped prisoner or something. So all of a sudden, over the top of the hill comes the light, and I go, see what I tell you? Or, and my friend Jay goes, yep, I thought that's what's up. We should leave. Maybe those dogs will fucking bite us or something. Said, I don't hear any dogs with them. Matter of fact, I don't even fucking hear, we were whispering. Take that in mind. We were whispering because they were only a couple. We didn't want to arouse whoever that was. The flashlight thing that came over the top of the hill, that's what we thought it was. It was really bright and was big like a basketball. And I was like, yeah, that's a searchlight, I think. But you know what? I didn't see it lighting anything up. I am fucking, this is the physics of this fucking light. So I said, wait a minute, there's something ain't right about that light. And I was like, I can't even see any trees passing by because it came down the valley a little bit. And I was like, I don't even see any trees silhouettes going in front or back of it. How is that thing? Is it above the tree? I wasn't saying that to him. I had shut up because we were all quiet then because it was getting closer. And I noticed there was no reflective light coming off of it. But it was super bright, but it didn't hurt your eyes to look at it. So I knew right away that's probably a probe or a UFO probe or something. But I didn't say anything to them because I wasn't trying to speak out loud, and I wasn't 100% sure what was going on at that time. So I came to the bottom of the valley, and we were just on the other side of the valley, kind of kicked up a notch on the valley hill, and the light came off, and I said, oh yeah. I'm thinking to myself, it is a flashlight. Fuck the physics of no reflective light. It's a flashlight. He just turned it off. So be quiet. I think I whispered it or something. Then it turned back on, and then it started going back up the hill. And I noticed it was walking way too smooth. It was walking like I was thinking, there's no trees. It's a path. There's just no trees on that side, maybe. But I knew for a fact there was. But anyway, I just tried to say that to myself. As it went up the hill, I said, wait a minute. Why is the light still pointing at us? I told my friends, as it's going away from us. I don't even know if I said that. I was thinking that. And then I said, did you see that? He goes, yeah, it's weird looking. And I said, yeah, it's weird looking. And then it went to the top of the hill. And instead of going over the top of the hill, it kept going up. And I said, oh my God. I stood up right away. I said, fuck, did you see that? And they all said, yep. And we just took off to the car. Ran as fast as we could, and as soon as we started running, the little thing stopped in the sky before we got up, and then as soon as we started running, it started panning us. And I thought, oh, hell no. If that motherfucking thing shows up at the parking lot, bro. So I was just tearing ass. We got in his car. Finally, there was nothing there, and everybody was starting to relax, and we took off and got out of there. But Yeah, and that thing, it was small. It was only the size of a basketball. Whatever it was, I didn't want no part of it. If it was, I don't want to get shocked and killed by it or whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, it didn't make no sound. It didn't make no sound. You couldn't hear nobody, and there was no dogs. Those were dogs barking around the area. That's all that was. Yeah, those are experiences I've had. And another one, and those guys, you want to hear the interesting part about that particular one? I mean, it was rather indescript. It was a light, but it just didn't reflect light. It didn't put it on trees. It didn't have a beam coming off it or nothing. So, but I tried to go to my friend and say, hey, bro, why aren't you guys, where you been? I even said, I say, hey, where you been? He goes, what about that UFO we saw the other night? Check this shit. I shit you not, fucking guys. He said, what? The UFO? Oh, yeah. And then he kind of just drifted off into kind of almost a trance. I swear to fucking God. And I was like, Jay, we had to run from it, remember? And he just was blank. He's like, oh, I do remember running. And I was like, what the fuck? This dude is, his memory's gone. His fucking memory's gone. And then I went to Tommy and I tried to ask him about that. He says, I do remember running too. And that's it. I fucking was pissed off at that. I mean, I was literally fucking pissed off at that. And it happened again later in life. I went into a family reunion at my sister's house, and I brought up another UFO experience, the one that passed us on the road and made all the little tornadoes on each side to my dad. I said, Dad, you never really talked to me about that. You just went silent after that incident. And I don't even think you said it was possibly a plane or anything. You didn't. Do you remember that? And I was at that family gathering, and this is when I'm a lot older, like years later. And he got pale, and he just looked at me like I was crazy. And it hurt me really bad. And then my mom, and all of them, even my sister, who was only 5 years old, I said, do you remember that? And she goes, I don't remember that. Something stupid like that. I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't even fucking talk about this incident with a lot of them. It's only me who remembers this shit. I'm a warlock. Fuck it. That's why. I'm a fucking warlock. I'm seeing what's going on, and these other folks aren't. I guess kind of like the movie about the kid who sees dead people. I see UFOs quite often. And sometimes I get people to see them too, but they just can't remember afterwards and shit. It's weird. It's really weird. Now the boomerang that showed up, my brother still remembers that. Now here's another story, and that's good. That's good. Here's another one. I was in, and this is literally after the boomerang incident. This is literally after I saw that in the blue sky, that boomerang, and planes were flying away from it. I decided to go in the direction, which is Primm, Nevada, to go gamble and eat a free buffet. So I went there, and I brought a camera, knowing full well I might just wander off in the desert and start taking. Yeah. Pretty much. Well, not everyone calls UFO people crazy anymore, but it's okay. Anyway, so I was drawn also in a strange way, and I don't even want to go into it because it was creepy, all right? But I had a strange draw to go behind Whiskey Pete's. I'm like, wait a minute, go behind Whiskey Pete's. Why go over there? Why don't you just go over the desert there? I was thinking to myself, it was like a suggestion to go behind Whiskey Pete's that I had. I don't know how I got it, but I decided to follow it like it was my own thought and say, okay, yeah, it does feel like a good idea. All of a sudden, it was a good idea all of a sudden. So I started going behind Whiskey Pete's. I said, besides, that's where that creepy guy killed the kid back there. And maybe it'll just, maybe the car that they found the kid's body in is still there. And they found the guy who did it, I think. And I was like, but that would be creepy, and creepy is kind of fun, like Halloween, even though it was a poor loss of a kid, and from a creep, a complete asshole, And so I was like, but at the same time, I've never gone behind there. So I went behind there and I, saw some desert dry lake bed, took some pictures of some rocks that were really cool that came out of the dry bed. And it would be an island if it had water in it, but it was kind of cool. And then I started taking, strangely, I started taking pictures of the sky. And I don't really know why. I just said, why not? And so I did. Well, anyway, check this shit out. You're not going to believe. And of course, a lot of my stories have that, because they're for real. This fucking photo, I brought it to the people that do the photos back then. It was filmed at fucking Vons, the film people. And they fixed all, set up, did all the, pictures for me. When I got them back, I thought I saw some dust on a picture. I tried to rub it off, and it wasn't dust. And I was like, well, what is that then? Is it a plane? So I looked closer at the photo, and motherfucker, there's a goddamn flying wing like looking shit in that picture. It's not the same as the black boomerang, but kind of similar. It was silver looking, and it had like maroon colored where maybe Aaron takes or something. But I didn't hear anything that day. And but anyway, so I had to go to Kinko's. I went to Kinko's and I had to pick zoomed in on it. Yeah, I'm reading your same message. I have a problem with that. So I went to Kinko's and I had it blown up. And the guy, what is this? He says. I said, that's a UFO, bro. You're looking at a fucking UFO, bro. I took that out of Prim, Nevada, bro. I had no idea I did that, though. I don't know how it showed up in my picture. I go, do you think that's for real? And do you think that's a piece of dust like a dingleberry? And he goes, no, that looks structural. And I said, yes, it does. It's a UFO. It's not a fucking dingleberry on the fucking film or anything like that. That's a fucking UFO. You're lucky to see this shit, bro. I told him. And when I saw the zoom in, it had the maroon like insets and like a fuselage with silver wings. Anyway, so I eventually, at some point, I decided to send the film. I don't know why I did this, to my brother who likes UFOs too, and the fucking UFO pictures, blow ups, and the picture. Dumbest move I've ever made. Never saw the picture again. He sent one picture back to my dad, but it wasn't the main film or the original picture. It was just a blow up, couple of blow ups that I had done. I was so pissed. And of course, he acted dumb about it. Like, must have lost it. Oh, sorry. That kind of shit. I said, well, dude, if you sent everything back to my dad, why is the film and the fucking picture missing? Man, what an asshole. McKee, you're a fucking asshole. That was that is my first UFO picture. And he got rid of it somehow. Maybe he sold it to somebody. I don't know. I did another thing once. Here's an example. Telly Savalas gave me his autograph, brought it to my mom, said, here, you can, she wanted to keep it for a while. I said, no problem. Yeah. She stole it. My fucking mom. Oh, I must have lost it. That's what she said. No, she stole it. Loving mothers. Loving mothers. I still love her, though. She's my mom. I don't hate my mom. Who can hate their family? I mean, I guess if they're really mean and stuff. They were kind of strict. I used to get strapped by them and military school. So I gave you a good few. Now tell us about your psychic connection, because now I'm interested in yours. Can you do that in text? I know she left, I guess. She didn't say goodbye. Oh, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, so I'm just giving a heads up. What state do you think I'm in? From. I know, I'm asking you what, take a wild guess, just hell with it. Take a wild guess. Where do you think I'm from? Oh, yeah, you remember that. Yeah, exactly. St. Louis, St. Louis. Yeah, I'm glad, man. I'm glad. I mean, you're not like a flaky person. You knew I'm from Missouri. Oh, my hair is disgusting. I got to clean it. I really got to go, guys. Are we going to hear about your story though? Maybe we can do it right now. Oh, I got to take a shower though. I really need to clean up. My back is killing me. Ow. Oh, I'm in. Well, you've seen where I skateboard, right? Did you see my no pause, as in PAWS Clark video? No pause Clark. That's me. Then you'll probably be able to guess where I am. Maybe. Yeah, it is, but we got a lot of Democrats. But we have a good mixture because we're inland and we get more Republicans out here. And a lot of people are changing and flip flopping. So it's very nice. It's very nice. I can't believe you've given me so much attention tonight. You're a sweet woman. Thank you. I mean, you are a really sweet woman. I should come with clean hair every fucking time when I got people like you coming in. Not like this, fucking dirty. Telephone pole? What are you talking about, girl? Oh, you thought I was going to hit the telephone pole? No. I was going super slow when I did the last video. And the reason why I was doing that is because I just broke a collarbone. But what I was doing is showing you I have no issues. I can sit here and drink coffee and skateboard, more or less. But I also had to practice a little. Yes, it is very dirty right now. It's very dirty. I mean, it's got a proper amount of oil in it, like grease, oil, whatever you want to call it. But it's just not clean. It's starting to flatten. It's just, yeah. That's how a guy gets that way too. Hey, you mean that show? Hey, you can call ktalkmedia.com too. You get on their website and it gives the number. It's 801-254-1640. Yeah, it is. It is good for you. I don't want to dry out my hair when I wash it, but I actually put in oil after I wash my hair. This is over a day old though, and it's getting out of hand. But yeah, I have been known to let myself get grungy. Yeah. Sometimes my hair gets so fucked up it looks dready. But what you watch what in the morning? Man, I can't lose with a girl like you. You just compliment me even though I feel associatively despondent. Oh, you're too funny. And of course, I got coffee stains all over my teeth. So they're stained from coffee. I got to go brush my teeth. I'll tell you what, there's three, and I'm glad you guys came in. I'll come in later tomorrow, maybe. I got to rest. Thank you for coming in. The stream is over. Cats, ghosts and cats, you're precious. Tamara, thank you.